It was the early 1900s, and a frustrated farmer in California stood in his field, staring at his equipment, hopelessly stuck in the thick, muddy soil. His horses struggled, and the heavy machinery refused to budge. Farming had always been hard work, but this was different. It was a problem that seemed unsolvable. It was a glorious time for Benjamin Holt, a man driven by curiosity and innovation. He watched similar scenes play out across farmlands and knew there had to be a better way. One day in 1904, Holt had an idea that would change the course of history. He replaced the traditional wheels on his tractor with wooden tracks, creating the world's first crawler tractor. When the newly designed machine glided effortlessly over the mud, someone in the crowd remarked that it looked like a caterpillar crawling across the ground. That single moment gave birth to not just a new machine, but also a brand that would one day shape industries across the globe. Today, Caterpillar is synonymous with strength, innovation, and reliability. Its iconic yellow machines have become indispensable in construction sites, mines, and farmlands worldwide. But back then, it was just the beginning of a journey that no one could have predicted. What started as a local company solving a niche problem eventually transformed into a global powerhouse, boasting billions in annual revenue and operations in over 190 countries. How did it happen? Was it luck, timing, or something more? This video explores the extraordinary evolution of Caterpillar. From the creation of the crawler tractor to its role in building the infrastructure of modern civilization, Caterpillar's journey is filled with bold decisions, incredible challenges, and moments of sheer ingenuity. We'll uncover how Caterpillar machines played a critical role during World War II, helping Allied forces win the war, and how the company overcame crises like the Great Depression and fierce competition to emerge stronger than ever. Along the way, we'll also discover what makes Caterpillar's story more than just about machines. It's a testament to resilience, adaptability, and vision. So, how did a small company with a clever idea turn into a billion-dollar empire? Let's dig into the incredible story of Caterpillar. But before moving ahead, subscribe this channel if you are watching this video for this first time on our channel. In the late 19th century, America was transforming. The Industrial Revolution was reshaping cities, but rural farmers were struggling with the tools of the time. The machinery available was bulky, unreliable, and often ineffective in challenging conditions like soft soil or uneven terrain. It was during this time of frustration and innovation that two pioneers, Benjamin Holt and Daniel Best, set the stage for what would eventually become Caterpillar. The seeds of innovation. Benjamin Holt, a visionary from Stockton, California, had a passion for solving problems. In the early 1900s, Holt owned a manufacturing company that produced agricultural equipment. However, he saw firsthand how traditional steam-powered tractors struggled on soft, muddy farmland. Wheels would sink, machinery would bog down, and productivity would grind to a halt. For Holt, this wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a challenge to be conquered. In 1904, Holt made a groundbreaking decision. Instead of using wheels, he designed a tractor that moved on wide wooden tracks. These tracks, which distributed the machine's weight over a larger surface area, allowed it to glide over soft terrain without sinking. The world's first crawler tractor was born. When someone remarked that the machine looked like a caterpillar crawling across the ground, Holt liked the description so much that he named his invention the Caterpillar. Meanwhile, Daniel Best, another innovator in agricultural equipment, was working on his own designs to improve farming efficiency. Best's machines focused on threshing and steam power, aiming to make farming faster and less labor-intensive. Though Holt and Best were competitors initially, their paths would eventually converge, laying the foundation for a future empire. The Great Merger. By the early 1920s, both Holt Manufacturing Company and C.L. Best Tractor Co. were facing economic pressures. The farming industry was changing rapidly, and competition was fierce. Recognizing the strength in unity, the two companies decided to merge in 1925, forming the Caterpillar Tractor Company. This merger was more than just a business deal. It was a pivotal moment that combined Holt's groundbreaking crawler technology with Best's robust manufacturing capabilities. The newly formed company adopted Holt's Caterpillar name, solidifying its identity as a leader in track-type tractors. The decision to merge wasn't without challenges. Integrating two distinct corporate cultures and technologies took time, but the results were transformative. By pooling resources and expertise, the new Caterpillar Tractor Company had the tools to scale up production and take on larger markets. Early challenges. The early years weren't smooth sailing. The company faced significant hurdles, from economic fluctuations to the logistical challenges of scaling operations. Caterpillar's first factory, located in Peoria, Illinois, became the heart of the company's production. But even as demand for their tractors grew, resources were limited, and the company had to innovate constantly to keep up. One major breakthrough came with the development of diesel engines in the 1930s. While most tractors at the time ran on gasoline or steam, Caterpillar's engineers recognized the efficiency and durability of diesel power. This innovation not only set Caterpillar apart from its competitors, but also opened up new possibilities for industries beyond agriculture, such as construction and mining. The road to global impact. While Caterpillar's origins were rooted in solving local farming problems, its potential for global impact became evident early on. The company's track-type tractors weren't just useful for plowing fields. They were perfect for building roads, leveling land, and tackling large-scale infrastructure projects. One of Caterpillar's first international milestones came in the 1920s, when its machines were used in the construction of the Lincoln Highway, one of America's first transcontinental roads. This project demonstrated the versatility and reliability of Caterpillar equipment, earning the brand a reputation as a game-changer in heavy machinery. The name that stuck. The decision to embrace the Caterpillar name was a stroke of marketing genius. It captured the essence of the company's revolutionary technology while being memorable and approachable. Over time, the name became synonymous with ruggedness, dependability, and innovation. The legacy of its founders. Benjamin Holt and Daniel Best may not have lived to see the full extent of their company's global dominance, but their contributions laid a foundation of ingenuity and perseverance. Holt's invention of the crawler tractor solved a fundamental problem for farmers, while Best's commitment to efficient machinery drove innovation in manufacturing. Together, their vision and determination propelled a small, local company into the first stages of becoming a worldwide leader. Closing the chapter on humble beginnings. By the late 1920s, Caterpillar was no longer just a local company solving agricultural challenges. It had become a beacon of innovation, expanding its reach into new industries and geographies. The merger of Holt and Best's companies, coupled with a commitment to solving real-world problems, set Caterpillar on a trajectory that would eventually lead to its status as a billion-dollar empire. In its early days, Caterpillar was a story of two men, two visions, and one shared belief: that no problem was too big to tackle with the right mindset and tools. Little did they know that the machines they created would one day build cities, power nations, and shape the modern world. From muddy fields in California to construction sites around the globe, The humble beginnings of Caterpillar are a testament to the power of innovation, collaboration, and grit. And this was only the beginning. When you think of Caterpillar today, you might picture those iconic yellow machines dominating construction sites or carving through rugged terrain. But what made Caterpillar stand out from the beginning wasn't just the machines themselves, it was the relentless drive for innovation. From its earliest days, Caterpillar demonstrated an uncanny ability to adapt, evolve, and lead, setting the stage for a legacy built on ingenuity. Early innovations, the crawler tractor revolution. The invention of the crawler tractor in 1904 was not just a solution to a farming problem, it was a revolution. Benjamin Holt's innovation of replacing wheels with wide tracks transformed how heavy equipment operated on difficult terrains. This wasn't just about helping farmers, it was about opening doors to new possibilities in construction, road building, and more. What's fascinating is how quickly Holt and his team refined the technology. Early iterations were clunky, using wooden tracks and steam engines. However, Holt's engineers continually improved the design, replacing wooden tracks with steel and upgrading to gasoline engines for greater efficiency. By the 1920s, Caterpillar tractors were no longer just functional, they were becoming indispensable. The diesel engine breakthrough. While the crawler tractor laid the foundation, Caterpillar's next big leap came in the 1930s with the development of diesel engines. At the time, most machinery relied on gasoline, which was expensive and less efficient for heavy equipment. Caterpillar recognized an opportunity to set itself apart. In 1931, the company introduced its first diesel-powered tractor, the Caterpillar Diesel 60. This machine was a game-changer. Diesel engines provided more torque, better fuel efficiency, and longer operational lifespans. These qualities made them ideal for industries that demanded heavy-duty equipment, such as construction and mining. The introduction of diesel engines also coincided with a shift in Caterpillar's customer base. While farmers continued to rely on Caterpillar tractors, construction companies and governments began purchasing Caterpillar machines for large-scale infrastructure projects. Roads, dams, and even skyscrapers were built faster and more efficiently, thanks to Caterpillar's innovative equipment. Expanding applications. Caterpillar's genius wasn't just in inventing new machines, but in recognizing how its technology could be applied across industries. For instance, during the 1930s, the U.S. government launched massive public works projects to combat the Great Depression. Caterpillar's machines became essential for these efforts. One of the most notable projects was the construction of the Hoover Dam. Caterpillar tractors played a key role in moving millions of tons of earth and materials, proving their durability and efficiency under extreme conditions. This cemented Caterpillar's reputation as a reliable partner for large-scale engineering feats. World War II. Innovation under pressure. By the time World War II broke out, Caterpillar had already built a reputation for reliability. But the war presented new challenges and opportunities. The Allied forces needed durable, efficient equipment to build airstrips, roads, and fortifications in harsh environments. Caterpillar stepped up to the plate, supplying bulldozers, graders, and tractors that could withstand the rigors of war. One of Caterpillar's most iconic wartime contributions was the D7 bulldozer. Known for its robustness, the D7 became a symbol of American ingenuity and resilience. These machines weren't just moving dirt, they were clearing paths for victory, enabling troops to transport supplies, build infrastructure, and navigate difficult terrains. The war also pushed Caterpillar to innovate under pressure. Engineers worked tirelessly to refine designs, improve durability, and adapt machines for military use. By the end of the war, Caterpillar had not only solidified its reputation, but also laid the groundwork for post-war expansion. Post-war innovations. After the war, Caterpillar emerged as a global leader in heavy machinery. The company capitalized on the post-war construction boom, developing new machines tailored to the growing demands of urbanization and industrialization. One significant post-war innovation was the introduction of hydraulic systems in Caterpillar machines. Hydraulics made equipment more precise, efficient, and easier to operate, further cementing Caterpillar's dominance in the market. Another groundbreaking development was the expansion of Caterpillar's product line. The company didn't just focus on tractors and bulldozers. It began manufacturing loaders, excavators, and articulated trucks. This diversification allowed Caterpillar to cater to a broader range of industries, from mining to forestry. The culture of innovation. What truly set Caterpillar apart was its culture. Innovation wasn't just a buzzword, it was a way of life. The company invested heavily in research and development, establishing state-of-the-art facilities to test and refine its equipment. Caterpillar's engineers didn't just design machines. They anticipated problems customers didn't even know they had. For example, the introduction of sealed and lubricated tracks extended the lifespan of crawler machines, reducing maintenance costs and downtime. Caterpillar also embraced technology early. In the 1960s, the company began using computers to design and test equipment, a groundbreaking move at the time. This commitment to staying ahead of the curve ensured that Caterpillar remained a leader in the industry, even as competitors tried to catch up. Legacy of innovation. By the end of the 20th century, Caterpillar had established itself as more than just a machinery manufacturer. It was an innovator, a problem solver, and a pioneer in engineering excellence. The company's ability to adapt, evolve, and push the boundaries of what machines could do had turned it into a global powerhouse. From the crawler tractor to diesel engines, from wartime bulldozers to hydraulic systems, Caterpillar's innovations didn't just change the company. They changed the world. Roads, dams, cities, and nations owe their existence, in part, to Caterpillar's relentless pursuit of improvement. Caterpillar's journey was never a straight road paved with easy victories. It faced numerous challenges, from economic collapses to global crises, yet managed to rise stronger each time. This resilience is what truly defines the company, proving that great businesses aren't just built during times of prosperity. They're forged in the fires of adversity. Surviving the Great Depression. The Great Depression of the 1930s was a catastrophic period for most businesses. As markets crashed and spending came to a halt, companies across industries closed their doors. Caterpillar, still in its infancy after the 1925 merger, was hit hard. Farmers, the company's primary customers, were among the worst affected, leaving Caterpillar's sales in freefall. But where others saw despair, Caterpillar saw opportunity. Instead of retreating, the company focused on innovation and diversification. Realizing that agriculture alone couldn't sustain the business, Caterpillar pivoted toward infrastructure projects. With governments investing in public works to revive economies, Caterpillar machines became vital in building roads, bridges, and dams. One of the most significant projects of this era was the Hoover Dam. Caterpillar tractors played a critical role in moving massive amounts of earth, demonstrating their reliability and efficiency. This project didn't just showcase Caterpillar's capabilities, it solidified its reputation as a trusted partner in ambitious engineering feats. Global expansion post-war. While the Great Depression tested Caterpillar's resilience, World War II marked a turning point. As the war came to an end, the global landscape was in ruins. Cities needed rebuilding, economies needed restarting, and infrastructures needed modernization. Caterpillar seized this moment of reconstruction to establish itself on the global stage. The company expanded its production facilities, established new dealerships, and created distribution networks across continents. Its machines were used in the rebuilding of war-torn Europe, the construction of roads in Africa, and the development of industrial sites in Asia. Caterpillar wasn't just selling machinery, it was selling the tools needed to build nations. A key strategy during this period was Caterpillar's commitment to localization. The company established factories in strategic regions, allowing it to manufacture and deliver equipment more efficiently. This not only reduced costs, but also strengthened Caterpillar's relationships with local governments and businesses, further entrenching its global presence. Crisis management in the 1980s. Despite its growing dominance, Caterpillar faced one of its biggest challenges in the 1980s. The global economy was in turmoil, with inflation soaring and industries slowing down. To make matters worse, Caterpillar found itself locked in a fierce battle with Japanese competitor Komatsu, which offered similar equipment at lower prices. The situation was dire. Caterpillar reported heavy losses, laid off thousands of workers, and saw its market share dwindle. But instead of succumbing, the company made bold moves to turn the tide. First, Caterpillar revamped its operations. It invested heavily in automation and streamlined its manufacturing processes, reducing costs and improving efficiency. The company also focused on innovation, introducing new products that were more reliable, fuel-efficient, and better suited to customer needs. Second, Caterpillar doubled down on customer service. It recognized that in a competitive market, relationships mattered as much as the machines themselves. By strengthening its dealer network and ensuring faster service and repairs, Caterpillar created a loyalty that Komatsu couldn't easily disrupt. Lastly, Caterpillar took risks in new markets. While the 1980s were tough in traditional industries, developing nations were starting to invest in large-scale infrastructure projects. Caterpillar aggressively pursued opportunities in these emerging markets, positioning itself as the go-to brand for governments and private contractors alike. Lessons in resilience. What makes Caterpillar's story in these challenging decades so remarkable is its resilience. The company didn't just weather storms, it found ways to thrive in them. By pivoting to infrastructure during the Great Depression, expanding globally after World War II, and reinventing itself during the economic crises of the 1980s, Caterpillar proved that adversity is often the breeding ground for innovation and growth. Even in its darkest moments, Caterpillar never lost sight of its core values: quality, reliability, and customer focus. These principles guided the company through turbulent times, ensuring it not only survived, but also emerged stronger and more competitive. The climb toward global dominance. By the 1990s, Caterpillar had turned its challenges into stepping stones. Its innovations in crisis management, focus on customer service, and ability to adapt to changing markets positioned it as the undisputed leader in heavy machinery. The company was no longer just an American success story. It was a global powerhouse, shaping industries and economies around the world. What Caterpillar's journey through adversity teaches us is simple yet profound. Challenges aren't roadblocks, there are opportunities in disguise. It's not the crises that define a company, but how it responds to them. Caterpillar responded with grit, creativity, and a vision that turned obstacles into milestones. Becoming a billion-dollar empire. By the late 20th century, Caterpillar had evolved from a modest agricultural equipment company into a global juggernaut. Its iconic yellow machines were synonymous with strength, reliability, and innovation, and its reach spanned every corner of the globe. But how did Caterpillar rise from adversity to become a billion-dollar empire? The answer lies in strategic diversification, global expansion, and an unwavering commitment to innovation. Strategic diversification. One of the key reasons Caterpillar achieved billion-dollar status was its ability to diversify. The company recognized early on that relying solely on agriculture or construction wasn't sustainable. Instead, it began creating specialized machinery for a variety of industries. For example, in the mining sector, Caterpillar introduced high-capacity trucks and loaders capable of handling extreme loads and operating in harsh environments. These machines weren't just tools. They were lifelines for mining companies that relied on Caterpillar's reliability to meet production targets. In forestry, Caterpillar developed equipment designed for felling, loading, and transporting timber efficiently. This diversification allowed the company to tap into new revenue streams, making it less vulnerable to economic fluctuations in any single industry. Caterpillar also expanded its product portfolio to include engines, generators, and even financial services. Caterpillar Financial, the company's financing arm, enabled customers to lease or purchase equipment more easily, further boosting sales and deepening customer loyalty. Global expansion. Caterpillar's growth wasn't confined to the United States. Recognizing the potential of international markets, the company aggressively pursued global expansion in the latter half of the 20th century. By establishing manufacturing plants and distribution networks in strategic regions, Caterpillar was able to reduce production costs and deliver machines more efficiently. For instance, factories in Brazil, China, and India allowed Caterpillar to tap into emerging markets where infrastructure development was booming. Additionally, Caterpillar's commitment to localizing its operations strengthened its relationships with foreign governments and businesses. The company didn't just sell machines, it became a partner in building nations. Projects like China's Three Gorges Dam and Brazil's Trans-Amazonian Highway showcased Caterpillar's ability to handle large-scale, high-stakes challenges on a global stage. By the 1990s, over half of Caterpillar's revenue came from outside the United States, solidifying its status as a truly global brand. Technology and innovation has always been at the heart of Caterpillar's success, and the company's investment in technology played a crucial role in its rise to dominance. In the 1990s and 2000s, Caterpillar embraced cutting-edge advancements to stay ahead of the competition. For instance, Caterpillar introduced advanced GPS and telematics systems in its machines, enabling operators to optimize performance and track equipment remotely. This technology wasn't just convenient. It saved time, reduced fuel consumption, and increased productivity on job sites. The company also invested heavily in automation and robotics. Caterpillar's autonomous haul trucks became a game-changer in industries like mining, where safety and efficiency are paramount. These driverless vehicles could operate around the clock, reducing labor costs and increasing output. In addition to hardware, Caterpillar developed software solutions to complement its machines. The Cat Connect platform provided customers with data-driven insights to improve machine performance and lower operating costs, further solidifying Caterpillar's reputation as a leader in innovation. Building a resilient brand. While technology and diversification were critical, Caterpillar's rise to a billion-dollar empire wasn't just about products, it was about the brand itself. Caterpillar worked hard to build a reputation as a company that customers could trust. The iconic yellow color and cat logo became symbols of durability and reliability. Caterpillar's machines were seen not just as tools, but as investments that delivered value over decades. This reputation wasn't built overnight. It was earned through decades of consistent performance and exceptional customer service. Caterpillar also cultivated a strong network of dealerships, ensuring that customers had access to parts, repairs, and maintenance wherever they operated. This commitment to service strengthened customer loyalty and made Caterpillar the go-to choice for industries worldwide. Weathering economic fluctuations. Even as it grew, Caterpillar faced economic downturns and global challenges. However, its diversified portfolio, global presence, and strong brand helped the company weather these storms. When demand in one industry declined, Caterpillar's presence in others helped stabilize revenue. For instance, during the 2008 global financial crisis, construction activity slowed significantly. However, Caterpillar's mining equipment and power systems continued to perform well, cushioning the impact of the downturn. This ability to adapt and pivot ensured Caterpillar's continued growth, even in challenging times. Scaling to billion-dollar heights. By the early 21st century, Caterpillar had cemented its place as a billion-dollar empire. The company's revenue soared past the $50 billion mark, fueled by its dominance in construction, mining, and industrial sectors. Its operations spanned more than 190 countries, and its workforce of over 100,000 employees reflected its global reach. Caterpillar didn't just grow, it transformed entire industries. Its machines built roads, skyscrapers, and dams. Its engines powered ships, trains, and generators. Its technology shaped the way industries operated, from autonomous mining to data-driven construction. The empire's legacy today, Caterpillar isn't just a machinery manufacturer, it's a symbol of resilience, innovation, and progress. The company's journey from a local tractor manufacturer to a billion-dollar empire is a testament to its ability to adapt, innovate, and lead. Its story is one of constant evolution, proving that with vision, determination, and a commitment to excellence, even the humblest beginnings can give rise to greatness. Caterpillar's iconic yellow machines continue to shape the world, leaving a legacy that will endure for generations to come. The legacy and impact. A Caterpillar is more than a company. It's a force that has shaped industries, transformed landscapes, and fueled progress worldwide. From its humble beginnings in California to its status as a global powerhouse, Caterpillar's legacy is built on innovation, resilience, and a vision that transcends machinery. But what is the real impact of Caterpillar? How has it influenced industries, economies, and communities? Redefining industries. Caterpillar's innovations didn't just make construction easier, they redefined entire industries. Its machines laid the groundwork for modern infrastructure, enabling humanity to build roads, bridges, dams, and skyscrapers on an unprecedented scale. Projects like the Hoover Dam, the Three Gorges Dam in China, and countless highways, railways, and airports worldwide bear Caterpillar's unmistakable mark. In mining, Caterpillar's equipment revolutionized how resources are extracted. From its massive haul trucks to its autonomous vehicles, Caterpillar helped mining companies improve safety, efficiency, and environmental sustainability. Its machines operate in some of the harshest environments on Earth, extracting materials essential for the global economy. Forestry, agriculture, and energy are other sectors where Caterpillar has made a lasting impact. Its equipment helped feed populations, power cities, and build the structures we rely on every day. By consistently pushing the boundaries of what machines can do, Caterpillar has enabled industries to achieve what once seemed impossible. Economic contributions. Caterpillar's impact extends far beyond construction sites. The company has been a significant driver of economic growth, creating jobs, fostering innovation, and supporting local communities. With over 100,000 employees worldwide, and an extensive network of dealerships, Caterpillar is a major employer in the global economy. Its factories, offices, and dealerships create jobs not only for its employees, but also for countless others in related industries, from logistics and transportation to parts manufacturing and servicing. Caterpillar's financial contributions are equally impressive. The company's products enable businesses to operate more efficiently, fueling economic growth. Infrastructure projects powered by Caterpillar machines open up new trade routes, improve connectivity, and stimulate local economies. Additionally, Caterpillar's focus on innovation drives technological advancements that ripple across industries. Its investments in automation, clean energy, and data analytics have inspired other companies to follow suit, fostering a culture of progress and innovation. Environmental impact. As a leader in heavy machinery, Caterpillar has faced criticism for the environmental impact of its operations and products. However, the company has also taken significant steps to mitigate its footprint and promote sustainability. Caterpillar's machines are now more fuel-efficient than ever, thanks to advanced engines and hybrid technology. The company has also invested heavily in electric and autonomous vehicles, which reduce emissions and improve energy efficiency. In mining, Caterpillar has developed equipment that minimizes waste and maximizes resource extraction, helping companies reduce their environmental impact. Its reclamation-focused products enable mines to restore land to its natural state after operations are complete. Beyond its products, Caterpillar has implemented sustainable practices within its own operations. The company has set ambitious goals for reducing greenhouse gas emissions, conserving energy, and using renewable resources. Its commitment to sustainability reflects a broader vision of balancing progress with environmental responsibility. Humanitarian efforts. Caterpillar's impact isn't limited to construction and industry. It also extends to humanitarian efforts. Through the Caterpillar Foundation, the company has invested over $850 million in initiatives aimed at alleviating poverty, improving education, and promoting sustainable development. For example, the foundation has partnered with organizations like the Red Cross and Engineers Without Borders to provide disaster relief and rebuild communities affected by natural disasters. Caterpillar machines have been used to clear debris, rebuild infrastructure, and restore hope in the aftermath of earthquakes, hurricanes, and floods. The foundation also supports programs that empower individuals and communities. By funding education, vocational training, and entrepreneurship initiatives, Caterpillar helps people build better futures. Its emphasis on sustainable development ensures that these efforts have a lasting impact, creating opportunities for generations to come. Cultural significance. Caterpillar's influence isn't just economic or industrial, it's cultural. The iconic yellow machines have become symbols of progress, resilience, and hard work. They've appeared in movies, documentaries, and even children's toys, capturing the imagination of people worldwide. Caterpillar's story is a source of inspiration, demonstrating the power of innovation and determination. It's a tale of a company that started with a simple idea, helping farmers navigate muddy fields, and grew into a global leader that shapes the world every day. The future of Caterpillar. As Caterpillar looks to the future, its legacy continues to evolve. The company is at the forefront of technological advancements, from autonomous machinery to data-driven solutions. It's also playing a key role in the transition to clean energy, developing products that support renewable energy projects and reduce carbon emissions. Caterpillar's vision for the future is rooted in its core values: innovation, integrity, and sustainability. The company aims to continue driving progress while addressing the challenges of a rapidly changing world.